this thing on? Hope everything is plugged in right because it's not about to be embarrassing. Hi, hello, and welcome to the Cozy Little Corner podcast, where we talk about anything and everything. I'm your host, Renee, and welcome! This is the first edition of the Cozy Little Corner podcast, and I am so excited. To kick off this first episode, we are talking about something that I think needs to be studied in colleges. Who is the best Disney husband? This is a topic that has been brought up many times on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Threads, Reddit, Tumblr, everywhere. And I would like to provide my honest and I believe to be correct input on it. For purposes of this video, we're only going to be talking about like the golden age of Disney princes, but also Flynn Rider, because duh. And without further ado, let's get started. In 10th place, I have Prince Florian from Snow White. Okay, so my reasoning behind this is because he just kind of showed up out of nowhere and kissed this girl on the lips because he thought she was beautiful. That screams a little creepy vibes to me. Plus, he was like a grown man, and Snow White was like 15. Oh, okay. It's just he just kind of showed up out of nowhere, right? They didn't. I don't know if they knew each other prior. Maybe they met each other like once before. I can't totally remember. And I haven't read like the Brothers Grimm's fairy tales either. But just based on the Disney movie, it was just really creepy. And then they got married right after. And it was just like he didn't do anything. He literally just kissed her because he thought, oh, this young woman, she's so beautiful. I'll kiss her before, her body runs cold. That's gross. That's like a dead body, like a cadaver. Like, it just creeped me out so much. So, Prince Florian's in 10th place. In 9th place, we have John Smith from Pocahontas. John Smith, in the entire movie, I mean, he's a good guy. Honestly, he's kind of the bare minimum, right? He spoke up for Pocahontas and her people, to whoever was leading his people. But other than that, he was just kind of a strong, handsome white boy in the native land that Pocahontas just happened to fall in love with. And that to me, I mean, yeah, he was like there for her. They had their little moment during Paint the Colors of the Wind, but that wasn't like a lot, And I need more. I need more to show that you love me. I need him to show more. I would need a man to show more. Barely husband material, like boyfriend material, but not husband material. In 8th place, we have Prince Philip from Sleeping Beauty. Now, Prince Philip fought a dragon, which is pretty heroic. Like, he fought a dragon for this girl. I mean, what else could you ask for, really? Um, on top of that, when he met her in the forest, despite having an arranged marriage, which was to her, but he didn't know, he wanted to marry her anyway, which is, well, it's kind of obsessive, just a tad little bit. But, it's given the times, it's cute, It's like, oh, you want to marry me? At least they met and they had a conversation. He wasn't like Snow White's prince that they met for like 5 minutes. They like danced. They had their little moment. It was cute. It was whatever. But that's all that happened between them. That's the pro and the con. Like they had a conversation, but it was just one conversation that they had, and like one meeting that they had to like get to know each other. They barely even know each other. Okay, even though they are betrothed to one another, even though they are in this arranged marriage that their parents set up for them, it was just that. It was basically just the arranged marriage, but like they kind of actually like each other a little bit. So for those reasons, he is in 8th place. Okay, y'all might be mad at me for this one, but in 7th place, I have Aladdin. Wait. Please let me explain myself. Please. Oh my gosh. Okay. The reason I have him so low is because honestly, he kind of lied the whole time. He's like, he's a little bit of a liar. He's a little bit of a thief. Okay. He, I guess, well, in the live action movie, he like stole her bracelets and stuff so he could see her again for another time, blah, blah, blah. But like, he's just like, he changed himself for her, and not in the good way. He was like, oh yeah, she wants a prince, and I'll just change into this prince and then she'll love me. No, she'll love the real you, Aladdin. That's really all I got, because there's a lot better options than Aladdin. He did risk his life for her though, and he has some flying carpet, so that's kind of cool. But I mean, well, he does have a lot of good qualities. He's a quick problem solver, right? Because he had to problem solve to get himself not caught from stealing all those years. Bro's probably like, I don't know, what, 18 or something? I don't really know. But he's a problem solver. He freed the genie. He freed the genie. That's also a thing that he did. I don't know. I just feel like there's a lot better options for everybody else. So, Aladdin's in 7th place for me. Next is Prince Adam from Beauty and the Beast. I kind of debated putting Prince Adam and Aladdin in the same spot because, like, they're, well, not the same in different fonts, but they are quite similar in the way that, well, they're not similar. What am I talking about? Prince Adam, he was like really mean to her for the majority of the time. Let's be real. He kidnapped her father, and then he kidnapped her, and then he was mean to her for a while. And it's not like, oh yeah, I'm so nonchalant, like I actually really do care about you, but I'm trying to be cool. Nah, he was mean. I don't blame Belle for not wanting to have dinner with him because that man was so rude. He was so mean. And I know his servants and those people like that, they were all with him for a while, so they really know his true nature. But sometimes he was a little bit mean to them. Let's let's be real here, guys. That man has anger issues. It could be from his beastliness or whatever. It could have been from the witch casting that spell upon him, but still, he was a little bit meany. But he saves her from the wolves, and near the end, he lets her be with her father. That man has priorities, and like, even though he had grown to love her, he had still like let her leave, even though he knew that in order for him to become human again, she would need to love him. It would probably turn to Stockholm syndrome, let's be for real. But he let her go, and that last petal dropped. Oh no, wait, that's later. But he didn't know she was gonna come back, and for all he knew, he was gonna stay a beast for the rest of his life and not get the chance to find true love, not get the chance to live in normal society, not get the chance to be the way that he was before, but with the woman he loves. And that was a truly selfish act from him. And one could argue Aladdin did the same thing with freeing the genie and then doing this and doing that, but I don't know, man. Prince Adam is in 6th place for me. In 5th place, we have Li Shang from Mulan. Now, we're gonna be going into a little bit of the second movie here because in the first movie it was like, yeah, sure, okay. You. What did he do in the first movie? He believed in her when no one else was. um, even though He thought she was a guy for like a while. Honestly, he could have killed her, knowing that she faked her identity, cross dressed, and entered the war on behalf of her father. But he didn't. But he didn't. And some would argue that he was in love with her before he knew, but I'll leave that up to interpretation. In the second movie, he was like fighting with her and he was fighting for her, even though they had their little lovers' quarrel. Like in the middle, he was still there by her side and he literally almost died. Bro fell off a cliff. He came back though, so he's okay. But he fell off a cliff, saving her and saving everybody. Truly a selfless man. Like he was just so down for her and I want that. I want that. Listen, it's not too much for a girl to ask for. Apparently it is now. But he was a good dude. And he was kinda hot too. So bonus points and that nepotism. He was the general's son. Okay? Good good money. Good husband. Can provide for his family. Um but yeah, that's where he's at. Place 5. Now we're on to number 4, and again, some of y'all may be arguing with me on this one, but in place number 4, we have Flynn or Eugene Ryder. Again, let me explain, please. Okay, number 1, Eugene was a thief. Okay, in the first, I don't know, arguably first half of the movie, he was just in it to get the crown back from Rapunzel. I mean, yeah, he was like romancing her in the beginning, but he was just using his good looks to get what he wanted. And he didn't really care about her. He just cared about that crown and getting that shmoney. Okay, but going on in the movie, he took her around Corona, gave her a little personal tour. He like stayed with her when she was doing her little ADHD child things, going to all the vendors, and just he was quite patient with her, and it was so cute. Um, and the light scene, you know, it was just really cute. I just I just love him, but not enough for him to be in for second or third place. He's a protector. That's how what I have down. He protect. Literally, I have he protect because he protect. Not with that iron skillet, but he did what he could, and what he could was protect. he that man probably would have bodied Mother Gothel for her. In the end, he probably would have bodied Mother Gothel for this girl. And he probably did a little tussle. They didn't show it on screen, but he probably did a little tussle with her to, get his woman back. And he climbed up that tower, so he's a strong man. They had good communication throughout most of the movie. He was pretty open and honest with her at times, and it was quite cute. Like Rapunzel's kind of like that stereotypical homeschooled child that has never seen the light of day. I know that's bad because a lot of my friends are homeschooled, but like that stereotypical that archetype of the homeschool child that's like really sheltered by their parents. And he was quite patient with her. He fed up with her antics, and honestly, that's all we need in a man, right? Another, again, he was willing to die for her. Two men that were willing to die for their woman. I mean, probably all of these men were willing to die for their women, but two men that were willing to die for their girls. He, Rapunzel was trying to heal him, but he sliced off that hair because he's like, Mother Gothel will use that and profit off that and continue to bank off of this when you're not even her biological daughter. I don't know if you knew that, but he cut off the hair so Mother Gothel wouldn't have control over Rapunzel anymore, and that is selfless. That's what we need in men. That's what we need. That's what we want. That's what we like. That's what we need. Okay? Truly selfless acts just because he loves her. That's all we need. That anyway. Flynn Rider in place 4. And with that, here is our final ranking.